I want to go back to AI again, just because it's such an important part of what's happening in the stock market this year. It is the driver, it is the theme. Do you believe AI is in a bubble?
I don't think it's in a bubble. I don't think it's in a bubble. I think we're starting to see the use cases and being tested a bit in the software side of it. And again, I think the tailwind within it all too is that the drivers in AI, if you look at these hyperscalers that are going to be the ones made and utilizing and rolling it out, these are cash cow companies. So look at Alphabet and Microsoft. We haven't even got a ton of news of Apple. Probably has the least amount of spending of the main names. Meta's increased their spending that kind of hurt them a little bit. It's sort of this arms race in AI that these balance sheets of these companies, they're in everyday products. They have great balance sheets. So I don't see it being a bubble. I think that, if you look at a name like NVIDIA, which is obviously at the heart of it all, their GPU business, maybe there, at some point it's the forecasts and the guidance, it can't go and continue always go at this pace, but they have the software to run this stuff. I mean, is a recurring theme, a recurring stream of revenue as well. And I think that, that's also being priced in that people don't really think about it, that once you start making that shift and onto these platforms from whatever angle, I mean, you're going to start paying for it, and it's going to be integrated in your everyday use, whether you're a large scale company, whether you're Amazon and Meta and Alphabet that are now, paying to use the NVIDIA software and however, their data centers and being able to utilize it and then roll it out to their clients. Now their clients are paying for their software. So I don't see it as a bubble. I think, there may be some companies that have had AI tailwinds that are not going to live up to some of the expectations. And software is where my question is right now. Adobe was a big name that we held. We started closing out that position at a very good level. Then it got demolished pretty heavily just because ChatGPT rolled out a video of that could test what Adobe's able to do. Now, do I not like Adobe? I mean, I still like it. I think the company's great, but it's good. Some of the AI tailwinds that may have been priced into Adobe are going to be in question now. Look at a name like Salesforce that we just recently sold. Salesforce poor earnings report, a little bit of, maybe I've heard somebody, the great analyst with Jefferies talk about the AI investigations, some of these companies are investigating where AI is going to be implemented next. But while that's taking place, Alphabet's trying to buy HubSpot. So, I mean, some of these bigger companies have so much cash. I don't think there's a bubble within those. I just think some of the other use cases that we expected to see AI, and some of these companies we expected AI to be a big driver for, they may be in question. And that's where I'm trying to find right now.
Yeah, I mean, snow. I mean, I had that in my portfolio that got killed. I had it. I had a nice winter on it. And I don't remember what it was. Maybe a quarter ago, I had to dump that. I know that was a big AI theme. I'm trying to figure out some of these other plays besides NVIDIA, which I've had, and even though I was a little late to the party, but still obviously better late than never, especially when it comes to NVIDIA. What other chip stocks, I guess, should we be looking at as drivers of this AI theme going forward?
Yeah, I mean, our portfolio, like I said earlier, is very tech heavy at top. NVIDIA, every time I trimmed it a little bit, and now I just try to trim it to manage it. And the way I look at it is I'm trying to beat the S&P. I'm even, we run a concentrated portfolio that I'm trying to beat. It doesn't always have to be tech, but obviously tech is the high flying thing right now. So I'm trying to beat tech. But main portfolios, NVIDIA, it runs into 6 to 7% size for us at times, even trimming it back to 4. It climbs, and sometimes kind of managing it is something in and of itself. But I love what we could be potentially seeing again from some of these hyperscalers. Alphabet and Amazon are big names in our portfolio, but you get more granular in the chips. Micron and Western Digital are two terrific names in the memory space. And I think high bandwidth memory is something you're going to start to see more and more about. It's going to be potentially the front page as you see the AI. High bandwidth memory is going to be is needed to drive AI. Another name that I like is Synopsys, and they do the electronic design automation and have contracts with NVIDIA, with other Intel and other chip makers, because the software being able to design the chips in particular for what the need case is important too. So those are some names that people may not always be watching, but Synopsys, Micron, Western Digital, the names that are staples within our portfolio for a while now.